Welcome to Rewatch FirstWatch. I'm Keyblade Spirit. I'm watching for the first time Ghost in the Shell.
I think I'm Lumia, but I don't know. I think my memories might have been wiped.
Oh, I see. I see. Um, this was a good movie.
But do we dream of electric sheep?
I dream of Mareep.
Yeah, that's just good rhyming.
Yeah, like it rhymes, so it's true.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, we've already established if two things are the same, they must be real.
Where does that meme come from?
I don't know. I don't think it's a meme. I think it's just true.
I fucking hate you sometimes.
yeah. No, it's yeah. So anyway, it rhymes, so it's real. Anyway, not my favorite version of Ghost in the Shell.
You heathen.
Yeah, I feel like I still like Standalone Complex more just because it's like this.
Say it.
Yeah, just because it's like it gives you more time in the world, you know. And that's
I thought you were gonna say it was dry.
oh no, this wasn't dry at all.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Like it's a slow burn, but
Trust me, I've known people who thought this movie was dry.
well, they're stupid.
Yeah. That's why I was concerned about you.
No, like I would describe this like in the like what would be a positive way of describing something as dry? Because like it has those qualities. I just wouldn't describe it that way.
I don't actually know.
Okay, it's a slow burn.
It very much is. It's generally slow burns are my kind of movies.
Yeah. See, I like that more in long form TV series, but this was like this had the feeling of a long form TV series to me.
It's very Mamoru-oshii.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen? Have you seen other Mamoru-oshii movies?
I don't think so. If I have, then I didn't know about them, or then I didn't know that they were.
Angel's Egg, Pat Labor, the OVA series.
I've seen the first episode of Pat Labor.
Pat Labor.
They say Pat Labor in the show, so I thought that's how
So
it
now
was
the
pronounced.
Pat Labor.
Okay, if the title is pronounced Pat Labor, that's fine. It's just inconsistent with the show.
Well, who knows? Dallas. Have you seen Dallas, the first anime OVA ever made?
You've told me about Dalmos and you said that it wasn't good.
No, it's shit.
Okay. So that was Oshii.
That was his first directorial debut.
Oh, I see.
I think it was, or it was either that or it was him on the show about the girl named Blum who was an alien from outer space. She dates a kid. Digine did a review of the manga a while back.
Okay.
She was wearing like a cheetah print outfit. She's got like tiny horns.
I've never.
Same creator, Ramna One Half.
I'm not sure if I've heard of that.
Oh well, it's really famous. You probably have, and I'm just dumb because I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
Oh well, not important. Not about Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell was the big thing Oshii got to make in '95. Yeah. So it was a big deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. at the end of at the end of the version of the movie that I watched, it showed two trailers for the movie, which was weird.
Why did you watch them?
I thought it was interesting, but like at the end, the first one was a trailer for the dub, which at first made sense as a which at first that made sense as like something that would be at the end of like after the credits of a subbed anime movie. Yeah. But like then it started talking about how it's going to be it was clearly a pre-release trailer. And it was and it was advertising that it was going to have a worldwide simultaneous release. So this movie was a really big deal.
Oh no, this movie was huge. This was one of the big anime movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like specifically it was a big deal even before it came out.
Oh, definitely.
Like in the all over the world. Which is really cool.
I think I saw this movie for the first time in 2015, 2016. And I've watched it every year since.
Really? Like once a year? Or a couple times a year?
Once a year.
Okay.
I like coming back to this movie a lot. Sometimes I just put on the background and just do other things while it's on. I just like seeing this movie a lot. This is the movie this is the piece of anime movies I've seen the most. This specific anime movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if I probably think Standalone Complex is the better show.
Yeah.
Or the better piece of media.
Yeah. Like I would
But I have to rewatch Standalone Complex. Because I haven't rewatched it actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I feel like I would have to watch this movie multiple times to make any substantive points about it.
Luckily I have seen this movie many times.
Okay. Well, then the first thing I want to say, because this is the most surface level thing I can think of for this. I really liked in the very beginning when Motoko takes the plugs out of the back of her neck in her introduction scene.
Mm-hmm.
She grabs them by the cord and yanks. You know, instead of like carefully taking each one out, like it seems like you're supposed to do.
I mean, this sells her character at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, keep in mind at this point in the movie, Motoko pretty much doesn't care or value her life at all.
Yeah, like that specifically stood out in that exact way.
I mean, she lives in a plain apartment with literally no details in there.
Yeah,
she doesn't care about living. Because if in your own home there is nothing there, then it just shows not care. And she shows that throughout the entire movie until like the very end. Because she's like questioning, am I a person or am I a bunch of memories coded together? And they never answer that if she is a person or not during the movie.
Yeah, and then the puppet master sort of brings up like the idea of what's the difference exactly.
Yeah, he said prove your own existence, which is impossible. You can't prove that you exist.
Yeah, like that specifically is a very basic point, but at least to me it is.
But and when I heard that was the first time I ever thought of that, so give me some.
Yeah, no, I understand. But like on a deeper level, it's also like
I was like 18 when I first saw this movie. A big deal.
I know. 5 years ago. I know.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, 18. I was 18.
Okay. Anyway, this is like what felt like the deeper message behind that was is sort of, or like it feels like what he was trying to say when he was asking that question is, does it really matter if you're real as long as you're you? And then he goes on to point out, and then his, like, one thing that I'm sure would have infuriated about this movie if I had known about it when it was in the cultural zeitgeist was, I feel like the ending of this movie is the kind of ending where people would have been talking about it like, whoa, I don't understand what happened, but it's so obvious what happens in the ending. You know? At least to me it is.
I mean, it took me 2 viewings to understand the ending.
Okay. Okay, well then tell me if I'm on the right track here.
Sure. Keep in mind, I was 18 when I saw that, and my brain was dumb.
I know, but like, it just feels like something that's so obvious because all that happened was the puppet master and Motoko were talking, and the puppet master was trying to convince Motoko to basically merge her consciousness with his, so that he could be a true person for the first time.
No, that's not what he was trying to do.
Oh, what was he trying to do?
As he says, he wants a child to live on.
Okay.
Because he's being hunted down, and the only way he can protect himself is if he fuses with Motoko, thus becoming a different being. He and Motoko both effectively died when they fused and created a new being, as quoted by Motoko, that is neither the major or the puppet master. It is its own entirely new being.
Okay, see, what I thought was happening was, like, I got that was happening, but what I understood of it was that's how that happened.
Yeah, when they fused, they both died effectively.
Okay, like
that's the philosophy that I've taken from it at the end of the day, because I don't believe Motoko is the same person that she was before, thus a symbolic death. With her being in a new body, making sense of a literal rebirth, a new child, a new being.
Okay, well, yeah, like maybe the language I used with merging consciousness wasn't quite the right language.
Well, that's literally what they did, but
yeah, like he was trying to convince her to undergo that process.
Yeah.
And then, like, the main thing that I feel like most audiences would find confusing is that we never actually see her say yes. Like, we never actually see the process take place, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. It just happens, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it doesn't really happen in the movie, we just see the after effects of it.
Yeah. It's an ending. There is a sequel to this movie.
Innocence, right?
Yeah. I have no fucking clue what that movie's about. I really don't. I think I like it.
We'll have to watch it together at some point then.
I've only seen that movie once because it just hurts my brain too much.
Okay, well now I really want to see it so that we can figure it out together.
I don't think I could ever figure out what that movie's about. We can watch it together, but sure.
Do you think it's like a total new type movie or a total?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it feels like this movie, but it feels like every time there was a handbrake where they said, yo, Oshi, we got to explain something here. And Oshi was just like, nah, nah, just keep going. What? Uh, what? That's what that movie feels like. It is the weirdest thing ever. My favorite, like this movie is my favorite. Ghost of the Shell is probably my favorite Ocean movie, but I also think of Angels like very highly.
Yeah.
And what's really good by Oshi is the Pat Labor OVA series, because it's just a good comedy.
Yeah, we'll have to watch more of Pat Labor sometime.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the movie though. Funny enough, I found the movie kind of dry personally.
Oh, I see.
Look, I admit that I am a fan of Ghost in the Shell and Angel's Egg, but Oshi's directing style is very much not how I generally prefer my movies and anime.
Yeah.
I'm a girl who needs excitement. Ghost, even this movie that I love, and even though I've seen it like 8-9 times now, I love this movie. But it is, I have to be in the right mood to watch this movie. I can't put it on whenever.
Okay. So was it difficult when I said, "Hey, let's watch Ghost in the Shell"? Like at the last minute?
Because I was definitely not in the mood for a slow burn movie. I mean, I'm still giving this movie a 10 out of 10 because I adore this movie for everything that it is and how well it's done.
Yeah.
But
I don't feel like I could like give it a number rating on just
you're
first
fine.
watch.
You're fine. I've seen this movie enough times to know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's no. The only thing that holds this movie back for me is that I can't watch this movie whenever, like how I can about everything else that's my 10 out of 10s for anime. Like in Legend of Galactic Heroes, I could literally put an episode on any day and I'd probably be down for it.
Okay.
I could watch that show right now. I could binge the entire show today. Okay, not today because it's 110 episodes long and that would take a while.
That's more than 24 hours.
20. How many hours is that?
Yeah. Well, let's just say it's 24 minutes per episode.
Okay.
And there's 100 episodes long.
So it's 110 episodes.
Okay. And it's 110 episodes long. So that's 24 times 11, which is 240 plus 24, which is 264. And then add another zero onto that. That's 2,640 minutes.
And how many hours is that? That's like 10 hours.
Let me see.
I know 13 episodes of anime is like 4 hours long.
Yeah, 2,640 divided by 60. That's 44 hours.
Oh. Okay, I could watch all of season 1 today. Wait. Yeah, I could. That's 8 hours. Yeah, I could watch all of season 1 today. If I stop to get some snacks, some soda, some beer to keep me up. Why haven't I done this yet? I should have celebrated my new apartment by watching Legend of Galactic Heroes. I'm rewatching that shit. Fuck yeah! Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I'm gonna marathon that shit. It's all on fucking
High Dive.
Shit. No. There's this website that has like free shit. I'm just trying to remember the name of it. It's got a really what's the word for an archive? Wait, oh yeah, archive.com or .org. They have all Legend of Galactic Heroes and every Godzilla movie for some reason.
Wait,
okay, not every. Well, they have all the Show Air Godzilla movies. Toho just uploaded it.
Why?
I don't know. It's just there.
I mean, I guess it's all public domain now, but why would they
Well, I
do?
don't think Legend of Galactic Heroes is, but same with the Showa Air Godzilla movies. I don't know why, but they're all there. That's how I watched some of them until I got the Blu-ray set.
Okay, huh?
Though some of them were only in English, and the English dubs of Godzilla movies are really bad.
Yeah. Like
Now, you know what's
I've
what?
watched both the English dub and the original version of Shin Godzilla, and uh, English dub is bad there too.
Okay, okay.
And even that is like one of the. It's not even a good English dub. It's just bad.
I have not heard the Shin Godzilla dub, but trust me, it can't be worse than the original Godzilla 1954 dub, where they changed the plot
Okay.
and added an American in who was never there to be a narrator to explain what's going on.
What? So it was a reverse Blade Runner.
Sure. I've never seen Blade Runner, but sure.
Yeah, no, like with Blade Runner, what they did was in the theatrical release, they had they had Harrison Ford narrate most of the movie, and then in the director's cut, they removed the narration and added a couple extra scenes.
Isn't that where we get the unicorn scene?
Yes.
That's all I know about the Blade Runner, and I don't know which version I'm supposed to watch.
Oh yeah, the director's cut is the one that's considered a classic. The theatrical release is the version that is just bad.
Okay, cool. I'll watch that because it just got out on HBO Max, and I've been having a great time there since they added Harley Quinn and they added Leprechaun. All 5 Leprechaun movies? Oh my god!
Wait, Leprechaun is in Leprechaun in the Hood?
Yes, that Leprechaun.
Amazing.
Yeah. Do you know what the 4th one is?
What?
Leprechaun goes into space.
What?
You want a marathon with them with me? I'll wait for you.
I don't know if I would want to marathon them, but tell me about them.
Okay, I'm gonna start them after my Legend of Galactic Heroes marathon, which will be tonight. I salute you, Reinhard von Lohengram.
Good pronunciation.
Oh, thank you. I like to think of myself as an Imperial at my heart.
Yeah, it would have been more like Reinhard von Lohengram, but pretty much exactly that.
Oh, thank you.
Like you did the Gram part better than I did.
The only name I've ever really fucked up on is Kirihikes, because I'm not sure it's Kirihikes, Kirihikes. I can't never pronounce it.
Yeah. In the subbed version that I saw, it was Kirchheis.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds German.
Yes. We've gotten off topic from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. So in Legends of Galactic Heroes, right? I just had to make the joke. Okay, yeah, but no, Ghost of the Shell 1995, it's a classic. It's one of the pre-2000s anime movies everyone loves and respects because of its beautiful animation, its fantastic narrative, its incredible themes of just wondering about how our society would evolve, and honestly everything that it predicts seems reasonable still.
Yeah. Like this is I have a fascination with retrofuturism. Mm-hmm. Like what the past thought the future would be like.
And I think it's funny every time they're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is still like not retrofuturist yet. Because it's
no.
not,
yeah.
Yeah. Because like it very much feels like what our current vision of the future is, which is essentially just everything's the same but better. And then you've got technologies like cyber brains and full body prosthetics and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, just I mean, I genuinely hope that prosthetics get to the Ghost in the Shell level at some point.
Yeah.
Because that would be very very good for, every amputee and anyone who's disabled. That would just be wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, they never go into how much it costs to do these procedures in 95. Of course they wouldn't, because that's a minor thing. I don't even think they do it in Standalone Complex, but I know in Standalone Complex there's this really cool scene when Motoko's getting her new body, and she has to get a friend to watch the procedure so they can confirm that it is her. That didn't even cross my mind. Like, that's something you would need someone to confirm, just because anyone could just pretend that they're you. Horrifying.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah, and like even further than that, like, well, with the cost, that like that's like specifically brought up as like they do something to hand wave that subtly, which is just that Section 9 has funded all of
oh yeah,
all of their people's cyberization maintenance and stuff like that.
Well, in 95 and Standalone Complex, they both bring up the point that Motoko feels like she's owned by Section 9 and not her own being, which is, more so in 95, because that's the kind of the plot of it.
Yeah.
Of it being, what is Makoto her own person? Is she a machine? Is she part of Section 9? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, see, like, my impression, based on what she described, is that she is literally only able to survive because Section 9 pays for her maintenance.
In 95, yes. That's a very...
Yeah. And it's like she basically is just owned by Section 9.
In Standalone Complex, she definitely feels like she's not connected to it.
Okay.
I mean, that was my impression of Standalone Complex. I might be wrong. I haven't watched it in a few years, but from what I recall, she seemed like she was her own being. And did you bring up this episode just so we could, steal Nate's thunder?
Actually, no. I brought this up because you mentioned that the first thing you wanted to do for your first FirstWatch movie thing was Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it just happens to, be the perfect
sure.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm gonna say this, at least I want to get off a little tangent. I hate Ghost in the Shell Rise. It is my least favorite anime version. I haven't seen 2045 yet. I'll get to it soon. I haven't made the time to watch 2045. Not because I don't like this. I don't care for the CG. The CG looks fine. I've only seen like a few images, but the character models look fine. They don't look bad. They look decent. Yeah. I'm a big Ghost fan.
Yeah. I've thought of, like, speaking of CG, I do have, actually, I'll just bring it up after we stop recording.
Okay. Well, the CG in Standalone Complex, in 95 is good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Is there any CG in 95?
Yes. To quote Mamoru Oshii, 10% of this movie is CG.
How? I didn't notice any of it.
Exactly. Okay. I still don't know where it is. Yeah. I look every time I watch. I think the intro sequence, is it? I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know where it is. I still don't. I'm looking for it. I'm looking. I don't see it. One of the reasons I know Mamoru Oshii is a big fan of CG is because he and, from what I understand, he and Miyazaki have debated this, because Miyazaki does not like CG because, he's a old boomer traditionalist.
Oh yeah, I saw this interview with him where some people were showing off to him this actually genuinely really cool generated CG animation, and he said something to the effect of, like, it's an affront against God or something.
Look, I love Miyazaki, but I hate him for his boomer takes like this.
Yeah. Yeah, now,
I know. Oh, sorry. Go on.
yeah. Now, granted, the animation that they showed him was not actually that good. It was more for because like the idea with the animation that they showed him was like of a computer having run several simulations trying to figure out how to animate a human model walking on its own.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, and the way it was like at the point that they were showing it to him, it was like crawling like a zombie.
Well, that's generally how that thing sort of works when you're doing stuff like that.
Yeah, but like it was cool. It looked good enough as animation. But like he called it an affront against God or like the devil's work or something like that.
I know
he called it an insult to life itself.
Jesus.
I know.
God, Miyazaki, you have some good takes. I should make a video where I shit on Miyazaki.
That would be really fun.
Or his boomer takes. But the big one I want to take is that I hate that he still doesn't appreciate CG, even though he had to use it in Spirited Away.
Yes.
Goddamn fucking boomer. Does not appreciate the beauty of CG and computer animation. We work hard too.
Yeah.
We work hard too. I'm never gonna make something as good as Miyazaki's work, but fuck you, Miyazaki. I love your work. I hate your takes.
Yes. Could you imagine Miyazaki becoming a YouTuber? And like
he would really be the anime snob.
Yeah. No, and like he would get canceled over something.
He would. I mean, the anime community would hate him. They would hate him more than they hate Digine.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that would actually be amazing. Remember back when Digine and Mother's Basement had these debates?
Good times.
Yeah. I'm imagining now Mother's Basement debating Miyazaki on something dumb like, is Avatar anime?
They probably would debate. I mean, realistically, they would probably Miyazaki would probably make the point: anime is dying and is bad. Because that's what he's been saying for literal decades now.
Yeah, anime was a mistake. The big meme.
Yeah. I mean, he's been saying that since the goddamn 80s.
Yeah. Actually, I just remembered Miyazaki would probably say that Avatar is anime because it's animated.
Yeah.
Because that's what anime means in Japanese.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind when us weebs refer to anime, we obviously are referring to Japanese animation specifically. Just because not every, person who likes Japanese animation also likes cartoons. Yeah. And not everyone who likes cartoons likes anime.
Yeah. Well, there is like some legitimate Chinese anime as well.
There is.
Moldao Zushi is apparently like the most anime thing not to be made in Japan.
I enjoyed the first 3 episodes that I saw of it.
I should watch that then.
Yeah, you should. It's really good. It's not trapped in a video game, but it's about a. Do you know what it's about? I'm gonna explain it anyways because I've already brought it up. Yeah. It's about this. So it's about this guy who is He's a pro gamer, and by that I mean he plays like a mixture of WoW and League of Legends game. It's competitive PvP and it's very widely viewed. And he pretty much he gets too old to continue working.
Okay.
Like he's like 26 or 28 or something. Too old to be a professional gamer because the game requires high reflexes. So
yeah.
He retires and it's about him just kind of re-falling in love with the game again. And he starts over from level 1. He has to make a new character. And it's like he makes some friends along the way. At least that's the first 3 episodes. I think like it's there's a malicious reason why he kicked off the team, but they made the arguments because he was getting too old for the sport.
That's cool.
No, it's of any premise, it's one of the best.
Yeah, like I really like the idea of somebody having done his job for so long, and then he has to retire, and he's finally starting to remember why he liked that job in the first place.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe I got from the first 3 episodes. It's been a few years since I got to it, and I stopped watching because it was seasonal anime at the time, and I was really bad at watching seasonal anime, kind of like how I am now. I still haven't finished last season's anime. Well, they haven't finished airing it because of, the thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess shouldn't feel too bad, but I wouldn't have finished either way. I know how I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool show, though. But even that, I know the meme is that anime is Chinese cartoons, but even that, I don't know if you want to call me an elitist. I wouldn't call Chinese cartoons anime.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
we need a different word for that. I know like Korean manga is called manhwa.
Ooh.
And like I would guess. I think there's a similar word in Chinese as well. It's like those things. All 3 of those words obviously come from some similar root.
Okay. Definitely Korean animation should be its own thing.
Yeah.
As well, because it's its own thing. But you know what? What should be considered anime that isn't?
What?
Puppets. Why the fuck is puppetry not considered anime?
I'm not sure. Like I would say, I do think that puppetry should be considered animation.
Yeah, I would describe puppetry as as a form of animation.
Yeah.
And if it's done in, if it's done by the Japanese, then yeah. Yes, I know technically if you really want to push the definition of anime, we can talk about how Korea and Taiwan do the bulk of in-betweens.
Yeah, but that's the same for
everyone.
Yeah, for most animation nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it's by that argument that would make everything Korean and which is definitely not what pretty much what people mean by that is the main creative team, and it's the main creative team that really matters on that sort of things.
Yeah. Well, see, what I think matters is both like the main creative team and also the initial intended audience. Because like I would say that, like, hypothetically speaking, suppose Studio Trigger made a show that was exclusively intended for Western audiences. And, like, it also releases in Japan, but clearly the intent is Americans are going to be the ones who, or Americans and Europeans are going to be the ones who are meant to be watching this. And so they make it with the sensibilities of our type of animation in mind. I feel like that would be on the line.
I would not argue that, and there is a literal example of that actually.
Oh, really?
Studio Manglobe, if you recall them.
I do. They did they did Michiko to Hachin and
Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, Samurai Champloo and a few others.
World God Only Knows, Ergo Proxy, Gangsta.
Wait, really? World God Only Knows? They did that?
Yeah. They did all 3 seasons.
Cool.
Great show.
Yeah,
Great
I love that.
But several of their shows was aimed towards the American audiences. Samurai Champloo, Gangsta come to mind as shows that were made initially for the West in mind.
Okay.
And I would argue those are anime.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
We've gone off way on too many tangents.
this episode might as well just be called Ghost in the Shell and what does it mean to be anime? Because that's literally what we've mainly been talking about at this point.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on Ghost in the Shell?
Do you have any thoughts on what it means to be anime?
Are you saying? Wait, are you calling me an anime?
No.
Fuck you. Oh.
You're not.
Oh.
You're not anime. You're real.
What? Wait. I thought anime was real. Undertale lied to me.
Honey, in Undertale, it's you who decides to say whether anime is real.
I only said what was true.
Honey, anime isn't real. It's a myth. Waifus don't exist.
What?
I'm an a-waifuist.
But if anime isn't real, then that means all the anime I've watched has been for nothing.
Yeah, if anime isn't real, then what are we in right now? Turns to camera, looks directly at audience. Please, if you know the answer, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us. Please. Bye.